I know how important it is to understand this. That's why this video will have neither a hook nor an intro. I'll just say one thing. If you truly want to become emotionless, then first you have to understand emotions. After that, we'll learn step by step how we can become emotionless. I just have one small request. You have to understand every single point explained in this video properly, especially the fourth point. If you miss it, the loss won't be mine, it will be yours. Emotion means the feeling that arises inside you in response to any situation. In simple words, an emotion is a reaction inside you that tells you how you're feeling about something. For example, if someone says something that makes you happy, you feel a slight sense of energy inside you. Your face lights up. This is the emotion of happiness. When someone ignores you or says something hurtful to you, you start feeling irritation or anger inside you. This is the emotion of anger. So, to put it simply, emotions are the signals of your mind and heart that tell you whether you liked something or disliked it. For example, let's say you uploaded a video at night, and when you woke up in the morning, you saw that it had reached 100,000 views. Now your face automatically starts smiling, your energy increases. This is the emotion of happiness. Now just imagine that someone leaves a negative comment on that same video. Your mood will instantly drop. You'll feel anger and a little sadness inside. This is the emotion of anger. Notice one thing here? The situation happened on the same platform, but the reaction was different. That means emotion is not created by the situation itself. It is created by how you perceive that situation and what meaning you give to it. If you give something a positive meaning, the emotion will be positive. If you give that same thing a negative meaning, the emotion will become negative. Now a question arises. Where do these emotions actually come from? Look, the brain is like a supercomputer, and inside it, there are different systems for different functions. One of those systems is the thinking system, which decides what is right and what is wrong. This is the logical part. And then there is another system for feelings, which we call the limbic system. Inside it, there is a small area called the amygdala. This is our emotion center. Whenever something happens, for example, someone says "thank you" to you, or someone shouts at you, the signal first goes to the brain. But here's the interesting part. This signal reaches the amygdala, the emotional brain, first, and only after that does it reach our thinking brain. In other words, you feel first, and then you think and react. Let's understand this through an example. Imagine you're walking down the road. Suddenly, a dog starts barking at you. At that moment, you don't stop to think whether the dog is friendly or dangerous. You immediately step back or react. This is an automatic reaction because your brain, specifically the amygdala, instantly sends a fear signal, and your body goes into protection mode. Now understand one simple question from this. Your brain creates emotions, but your heart feels them. The brain decides whether something is good or bad, and the body responds to it. For example, your heartbeat increases, your hands start shaking, or tears come to your eyes. So, the process of emotions works something like this. First, a situation appears in front of you. Then, the brain analyzes it. After that, an emotion is triggered. Only then do you feel it. And that feeling is what comes out in the form of emotions. 4 steps to become emotionless. Step 1. Awareness. Observe without judgment. Whenever an emotion arises, such as anger, sadness, fear, or anxiety, our natural habit is either to react to it or to suppress it. But honestly, both of these are wrong, because reacting means your emotion is controlling you, and suppressing it means you're ignoring that emotion, which only makes it come back even stronger. That's why the very first step is awareness, which means observe without judgment. For example, let's say you feel angry. Normally, you react, you shout, you justify yourself, or you take your anger out on someone. But this time, just stop. Don't say anything. Don't think anything. Just feel it. Notice what's happening inside you. Is your heartbeat getting faster? Is your breathing becoming shorter? Just observe. Yes, there is anger inside me. But don't call that anger mine. Don't think, I am angry. Just think, anger is arising. There is a huge difference in this small change, because the moment you start observing, you are no longer inside the emotion, you are standing above it. Now the question is, what does this awareness do? Look, awareness creates a gap between your emotion and your reaction, and it is within that gap that your power is hidden. The longer you keep observing, the more the emotion starts losing its intensity on its own. And after a few seconds, you'll notice that the anger or sadness slowly begins to dissolve. This is not magic. It is simply the control of your consciousness. This is what mindfulness is. Mindfulness means feeling the emotion but not suppressing it. In other words, feel everything that's happening inside you, but don't become a slave to your emotions. It's like the notifications on your phone. If you react to every notification, you'll become disturbed. But if you simply observe them and decide when and how to respond, then you'll remain in control. Step 2. Detach from thoughts. Every emotion is born from a thought. Emotions don't come out of thin air. They have a source. You're thinking? When you think, someone ignored me, that's just a thought. But your mind builds a story around that thought, such as, I'm not important to them anymore. They don't need me anymore. And from that story are born sadness, insecurity, and loneliness. But if you pause for a moment and simply observe, you'll realize that it's just a mental movie. In reality, all that happened was that someone ignored you. Everything else was created by your mind. Becoming emotionless does not mean that thoughts will stop coming to you. Thoughts will keep coming because your brain is a machine that creates thousands of thoughts every second. Some are true, some are false, and some are just imagination. You cannot control all of them, but you can decide whether to become attached to them or detached from them. Becoming emotionless means that you decide which thoughts to accept and which ones to ignore. In other words, your thoughts cannot pull you in unless you believe them. Step 3. Stop seeking validation. Emotions become the strongest when you leave your value in the hands of other people's opinions. As long as you want people to understand you, appreciate you, and accept you, your emotional state will remain in other people's hands. Just think about it. When someone ignores you, you feel hurt. When someone compliments you, you feel happy. That means your mood is being controlled by the remote of their actions. And as long as that remote stays in their hands, you can never be emotionally free. Becoming emotionless does not mean that you stop caring about people. It means that your self-worth no longer depends on someone else's behavior. You have understood your own value. Whether someone understands it or not, you don't move from your place. Remember one simple thing. Expect nothing. Control everything within. The fewer expectations you have, the less emotional pain you'll experience. Because every expectation is a hidden demand. It's like saying, behave the way I want you to behave. And when the world doesn't work according to your expectations, your mind reacts, and that reaction gradually comes out in the form of frustration. But when you let go of expectations, you find peace. Because now, no action or rejection can break your inner balance. Step 4. Build a logical shield. Emotions become dangerous when you start making decisions based on them. At that moment, emotions are no longer your guide. They become your trap. Decisions made in anger, guilt, or fear often turn into regret because they come from impulse, not from clarity. That's why it's important to build a logical shield in your mind, a mental filter that asks every emotion one question before letting it pass. Is this feeling useful? Is it helping me grow? If the answer is no, then acknowledge the emotion, but don't follow its direction. When your logic is strong, emotions stay within their limits. Your reasoning works like an invisible armor over them. It protects you from impulsive actions and keeps your decisions grounded. That's why mentally strong people often appear calm, but in reality, they are emotionally disciplined. They feel emotions, but the control remains in their hands. This is what real emotional mastery is. When your logic and awareness come together to create an armor through which emotions can enter, but they cannot break you. That is the moment when you realize that your emotions do not control you. You give them direction. That is your logical shield. That is your final protection. These were some practical points that will teach you how to mentally control your emotions. Now the decision is yours. Will you become a slave to your emotions or their master? And yes, I reply to every single one of your comments. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the comments. I'll definitely reply to it. Now go ahead and like the video. And if you haven't joined me yet, subscribe to the channel and become a part of our small family, because there's always something new to learn here. I'll see you again in another powerful video like this.